Right now, while you're watching this video, somewhere in the world a banker is buying gold. Not for fun, not as jewelry, but as protection. And he's not alone. Governments are doing it. Billionaires are doing it. Even your neighbor might be doing it. Gold just hit over $4,300 per ounce. The highest it's ever been in human history. Silver, it broke through $54, a price it hasn't seen since 1980. Something is happening. Something big. And if you don't understand why, you might wake up one day and realize your money isn't worth what you thought it was. So let me ask you a question. When the smartest people in the room start running toward something, shouldn't you at least know why? Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you will change how you see money forever. Let's start with the facts. In just 1 week, gold jumped almost 7%. That might not sound like much. But for gold, that's like watching a mountain move. Gold doesn't move fast. It's stable. It's boring. That's why people trust it. But this week, it wasn't boring. It was on fire. And silver? Even crazier. It's up 70% since January. 70%. Let me put that in simple terms. If you bought silver at the beginning of this year, your money almost doubled. When was the last time your savings account did that? Now here's the thing. Gold and silver don't just go up because people feel like buying shiny things. They go up when people get scared. Think of it like this. Imagine you're a kid at school and you have a sandwich. It's your lunch. You trust that sandwich. But then you hear a rumor. You hear the cafeteria food might be spoiled today. Suddenly that sandwich in your hand becomes the most valuable thing you own. That's what's happening with gold and silver. People are holding on to their sandwich because they don't trust what's being served anymore. But what exactly are they scared of? What's spoiling the cafeteria food? Let me show you. Fear number 1. The money printer won't stop. Imagine you're playing Monopoly. You're the banker. And every time someone runs out of money, you just print more. Sounds fun, right? But here's the problem. The more money you print, the less each piece is worth. If everyone has $1 million, then $1 million becomes worthless. That's what's happening in the real world. Governments around the world owe more than $300 trillion. That's a 3 with 14 zeros behind it. And how do they pay it back? They print more money. Every time they do that, your dollar, your savings, your paycheck becomes a little bit weaker. People see this happening, and they run to gold. Because here's the thing about gold. You can't print it. You can't create it out of thin air. You have to dig it out of the ground. That's why it holds value. That's why people trust it when they stop trusting paper money. Fear number 2. The banks are shaking. A few weeks ago, 2 banks in America admitted something scary. They said some of their loans were bad, really bad, maybe even fake. Now you might think, okay, 2 banks. So what? But here's why it matters. Banks are like dominoes. When one starts to fall, others get nervous, and when people get nervous about banks, they pull their money out. And when everyone pulls their money out at the same time, that's called a bank run. And it's one of the scariest things that can happen in finance. We've seen this before. In 2008, in 1929. Every time it happens, people lose everything. So what do smart people do when they hear banks might be in trouble? They move their money into something banks can't touch. Something physical. Something real. Gold, silver. Things you can hold in your hand. Fear number 3. The world is splitting apart. Right now, America and China are fighting. Not with guns, with trade, with tariffs, with threats. America says, we're putting taxes on everything you sell us. China says, fine. We'll stop buying from you. And the rest of the world, they're stuck in the middle, trying to figure out which side to pick. When big countries fight like this, trade slows down. Businesses suffer, jobs disappear. And when the world gets unstable, people run to safety. Guess what safety looks like? A shiny piece of gold sitting in a vault. So, let's recap. People are scared of inflation. They're scared of banks collapsing. They're scared of global chaos. And that's why gold and silver are exploding. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Let's talk about silver for a second. Because silver is different. Gold is money. It always has been. Kings wore it. Empires traded it. But silver? Silver is money and a tool. Every solar panel uses silver. Every electric car uses silver. Every phone in your pocket uses silver. It's in batteries. It's in computers. It's in medical equipment. The world is going green. The world is going electric. And all of that needs silver. But here's the problem. There isn't enough of it. Mines are running low. Supply is drying up. And demand is exploding. What happens when everyone wants something, but there's not enough to go around? The price goes through the roof. In London right now, there's a silver shortage. Traders are scrambling to find it. Warehouses are being emptied. Over 15 million ounces were pulled out of storage in just 1 week. That's not normal. That's panic. Some experts think silver could outperform gold in the next few years, because gold is just money. But silver is money that the world actually needs to build the future. Here's something most people don't know. Central banks, the guys who print money, are buying gold like crazy. In 2023, they bought more gold than they have in 50 years. Let that sink in. The people who make the money don't trust the money they're making. So they're buying gold instead. What do they know that you don't? They know money is just paper. It's a promise. And promises can be broken. But gold is real. It doesn't need a government to back it. It doesn't need a bank to guarantee it. It just is. And when trust breaks down, when systems start to crack, real things win. Think about every empire in history. Rome, Greece, Spain, Britain. They all had one thing in common. They all printed too much money. They all collapsed. And when they did, the people who survived were the ones holding gold, not the ones holding promises. So what happens now? Some analysts think gold could hit $4,500 soon, maybe even $5,000. Silver could break past $56. Some say it could double again, but here's the real question. What does this mean for you? If you're holding cash in a savings account and inflation keeps rising, that cash loses value every single day. It's like watching ice melt, slowly, quietly, until one day there's nothing left. But if you hold real assets, land, gold, silver, you're holding something that keeps its value, something that can't be printed away. Now, I'm not telling you to go sell everything and buy gold bars tomorrow, but I am telling you to pay attention, because when the world changes, value moves. It leaves the weak and flows toward the strong. It leaves the fake and flows toward the real. And right now, the world is changing fast. Governments are drowning in debt. Banks are shaking. Countries are fighting. The system we've trusted for decades is showing cracks, and when systems crack, people look for exits. Gold and silver are those exits. Here's the truth. Gold doesn't make you rich. It keeps you from becoming poor. Silver doesn't make you a millionaire. It protects what you already have. No one knows when the next collapse will happen. No one ever does. But when the smartest people in the room start preparing, it's not a coincidence. So ask yourself this. What will your wealth be backed by when trust collapses? Paper promises? Or something real? Because money can fail. Governments can fall. But gold and silver have survived every empire, every war, every collapse in human history. And when the next one comes, they'll still be shining. This is Money Code, where we decode the system before it decodes you. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button. Subscribe and drop a comment telling me, are you buying gold, silver, or staying in cash? I'll see you in the next one. If this made you think differently about money and survival, subscribe for more deep dives into the systems that run our world and what happens when they break. See you in the next one.